Yo.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you ain't ready. My fault. Was that my fault? I don't know.
No, that was my fault.
Okay, I'm about to say.
All right, yo. I was like, nigga, you in my ear.
Welcome back to the Mark Our Words podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Moses?
Hey, what's up, my guy? Big Buffalo.
Okay.
I'm just calling you Buffalo. I'm not gonna call you Big Buff.
Man, everything good with you? What's good with you?
Man. Yeah, man. I am back on Twitter.
Back on Twitter.
My brand account, though. My work brand account.
Oh, are you sure about to build that up a little bit?
I'm gonna try.
Are you about to play the game, or you about to play the Twitter game, making some tweets about coding and stuff like that to get some type of like following or some type of influence in the tech world or something like that?
Not a game, but what do you mean? Oh, the game. Okay.
Yeah. The game within the game.
I think one thing I've been talking about a lot is the fact that I want to build up my network. Mm-hmm. And I think one thing I need to start doing is not just building out my close proximity network, but my internet network.
Yeah.
You can't really do that unless you have a brand.
And the internet is to reach people that you can't reach. You know what I mean?
Physically.
That's kind of crazy. Like, does it even make sense to even have a lot of followers on your personal, like, let's say, like, for me, like I have my personal Instagram, mm-hmm. which I don't post on, right? Like, it serves me no purpose on that Instagram to have 10,000, 50,000 followers, because it's like, I'm showing my family, I'm showing my girl, if that, you know,
unless you want to switch,
exactly, unless I make myself the brand. Mm-hmm. But let's say, if I had a brand, Mark Our Words or something like that, and I never post there, it's kind of like to yourself, you posting your tech brand and stuff like that, to where people won't just see old prom pictures or anything like that. I don't know what's on your personal Instagram page. I don't even know if you even have a personal one. No. I'm about to say, like, Instagram pics of you in high school and stuff like that. That's what I'm like, it don't even make sense. That's why I don't tweet. It literally makes no sense to tweet.
For tweet, yeah.
I don't make a tweet because I don't have a brand to where people care what I say.
You know what's very interesting now that you talk about brands, especially a personal brand?
What's up?
The mother brand. The mother family brand.
I never heard of them.
Like the house, I call it the housemaker brand. But you know those IG pages where it's like a woman just being a mother, like she just shows her kids or she shows what she does around the house, and it's very like, very washed out pictures. Like they put the contrast all the way down, and
it's black and white.
It's just like the colors are very muted type of pictures. It's very like heavenly type of pictures. That's a very interesting branding model, because it's like your brand is your family.
But for some people be making money.
They be making money. I ain't gonna lie.
But that's why I said, unless you're the brand, it makes no sense for me.
I don't know. I wouldn't want that.
I'm actually thinking about taking my picture off of Instagram, putting like a black circle.
Don't put my kids on Instagram unless they're grown and they want to be on Instagram.
Don't
put my babies on Instagram. That's weird. And you making money? You doing sponsor deal? You got my kid dressed up in Huggies because Huggies gave you a bag, man.
You okay?
Take the Huggies on my child.
What's wrong with Huggies? Huggies be,
man, we natural over here. I don't know. Huggies might be natural.
I'm not doing natural type.
In the toilet.
No. I'll never come to your house ever again. There's people out here that actually use reusable diapers and stuff like that. And
I got a bidet.
No,
just put the child there.
You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. When there's an explosion in the car seat, you go. Damn, you're right. You go cry.
Yeah, you're right.
You go cry. I heard many stories of mothers crying while wiping their kid because they are disgusted. Mothers are heroes.
What? Fathers are heroes.
Fathers are heroes too.
This guy.
But like I said, I ain't hear personal stories of these guys crying because they wiping their kid.
Right.
I'm hearing mothers.
My kid's not driving in my car. And they don't want to drive in the mother's car, and the mother don't want him driving in their car. You're gonna have to get a third car. This is the kid car.
Okay.
Until you gotta do something with the kids.
Man.
Somebody called me. I'm like, hey yo, your kid is an emergency. You gotta go pick up your kid. I'm gonna drive home.
I'm gonna get the other
drop
car.
my car off. Pick up the other car. Go get that kid.
Man, it's so funny, man. One thing that I'm learning is that, and I'm not even learning this based off of my personal relationship, but just in relationships in general. Love is so conditional.
Jeez.
Love is very
No,
conditional.
that's a fact, though.
Like, love is very conditional. Like, because if you don't follow the conditions, I won't like you.
Mm-hmm.
And then how can I love someone I don't like?
I think people do that.
If
all the
I
time.
have no type of ties to you, like, you're not my family.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually eliminating the grace that I have, because family will always be family unless you be like, you know what, you're too toxic.
Nah, that's
you're out. You know what I mean? And
definitely conditional too.
dude, blood ain't thicker than water.
It is.
Oh, it is.
But it's still liquid.
Okay. You're like, oh, no.
Still liquid.
So, like, I'm just learning in relationships and friendships. In relationships, my girl's good. This is not about my girl, so don't trip. My love is conditional. There is a, you know what they give you, like, whenever you have an app or things like that. And matter of fact, YouTube just did it, a terms of service or something like that.
Okay.
And they updated.
I really thought you saw my fruits.
No, they okay. Yeah, you took me on a spin right there. They even though you have access to the app and access to the website and things like that, they may update their terms of service and say, hey, 10 years ago we allowed this. Now.
Permanent ban.
We don't allow it, Sneeko. Shout out to Sneeko. You get what I'm saying? You get like it just, YouTube is not the same as when you was 11 years old. Yeah. YouTube is
it's conditional.
This YouTube TV now. You know, this is not YouTube where you just watch cat videos and stuff like that. This is
we got big sponsorships.
Exactly. Now. So that's one thing I'm learning is that, hey Chris, you changed. Not really. The conditions change. You still get access. You still can log on and watch videos and stuff like that. But the conditions change. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a 2-step lock factor now. You know what I mean? You got to enter your phone number and email. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that I love you any less. It just means you just got to do something different than what you did before to access it.
Setting boundaries.
To access my time. I don't have time for that anymore.
I used to.
10
years ago.
New terms of service.
Hey, that's real.
TOS and stuff like that. But one thing I want to talk about, this is going to be a quick conversation, just something to touch. And I hate to talk about this with you. I really do.
Why?
Because I don't like talking sports with you.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't. Because you don't watch sports. You look cool.
The Lakers.
Here we go. Please. I don't want to talk about the Lakers.
The Lakers.
AD
back.
I don't. He was there last year.
AD back.
He was there last year.
Russell Westbrook.
He was there last year.
On the bench.
He was there. He's not coming off the bench. He's not coming off the bench. I'm not.
What about your man Draymond Green?
I'm not. He did punch that man in the face. Did you see that clip?
Hey, he was jealous. He knew he was gonna take his position.
Probably, but I'm not going this with you because you only got first sentences when it comes to sports.
Hello. Clickbait.
Exactly. Like you only got titles. Like you don't even have content. But when it comes to sports, I don't know if you have.
Wait, quick question.
What's up?
Was Draymond Green wrong?
What is his role? Like he?
No. I'm saying wrong for him, Jordan Poole.
Yes, 100% wrong.
Okay, question. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
You saying something to me?
I say something to you.
I come up to you in your space. You push me.
I push you for you to get out my face.
Now you touch me in a very violent way.
You touched me first.
Nah, I got.
You got in my face. You made contact with my body. That's why I push you. I wouldn't push you if you wasn't in my face.
Well, you pushed me. You escalated it.
You escalated by getting. Okay. I straight let you prove yourself wrong. Go ahead.
I'm gonna knock you out if you push me.
You gonna knock me out?
Well, not you, because
You gonna knock your teammate out?
If he push me,
your teammate.
Yes. Yeah. You push me. You see?
Of course, you saw the punch, right?
Yeah. That was straight punch.
That was. Do you like him?
Nah, I mean, I don't really know too much. I mean, outside of him being a bully, quote unquote.
Just think of it like this. This is how I'm gonna give you the backstory and an example, right? Since you don't know sports, but I'm gonna catch you up.
Appreciate it.
Draymond Green has always been a
frequent foul,
hot button in the locker room. So imagine you are a coder. Well, you are a coder, right? You're a programmer, and at your job, they need you, right? But it's hard to work with you. Like, you show your behind whenever you get a chance. But when it's time to deliver the product, you give it to the project manager and things like that, and they present it. Chen, your code works perfectly.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. It kind of makes them forget that, like, you really a-hole. Exactly. Yeah. But you just hard to work with. Let's say you do that for like 7 years straight, though. 7 years straight to where it's like, yo, we're succeeding as a company in spite of Moses. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard, but like, whenever it's time to deliver the code, he comes through.
Yeah.
Now, let's add you waylaying your employees, and stuff like that. I think you'll get fired, even though you're great at coding. And it's one thing just to be hard to work with, but now you're hitting folks. You get what I'm saying? I think that's what's gonna happen to Draymond.
You think he's gonna get?
I think they gonna let him go. I think they gonna trade him.
Nah.
Because even though they need him, they've been winning in spite of him. He's been difficult to deal with in the locker room for 7 years, and now he's hitting folks. It's one thing if you're difficult and you're just a hothead, you yell, you fuss, and all that stuff, but now you're hitting folks. So now we gotta be like, hey, we might gotta let you go. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Is this the first time you hit somebody?
I believe so.
I don't know.
I believe so.
Man, but that punch looked like you be hitting people for a while.
But my thing is also this too. We have to stop normalizing people, and when I say people, adults over 30 putting their hands on folks. There's nothing normal about.
You can't push somebody.
There's nothing normal about hitting somebody over the age of. If you're not in boxing, if you're not in football, to where your sport is to hit, there's nothing normal about fighting as an adult.
Yes, unless you put your hands on somebody. I don't know. I don't see what's wrong with it. If you push me,
you got in my face.
You gotta understand.
You got in my face.
Walk away.
Why I gotta walk away? You walk to me.
All right, so now you're engaging in the fight.
Okay.
Okay, question. If Jordan Poole got into Draymond's face and Draymond pushed him, like, get off me, and let's say Jordan Poole fell and he got back up.
It wouldn't have been the same.
No, I'm saying if Jordan Poole fell and got back up and punched him, is that who's in the wrong?
Of course it's different. Because the optics are different.
I'm saying who is in the wrong? Would it be Jordan Poole?
Yes. Because he engaged. He shouldn't have went over there.
All right.
It's so funny. We tell people to walk away when the temperature's already hot. Walk away before. How come Draymond couldn't walk away? He walked to him. But
he wanted to fight him.
That's the problem.
But he didn't. He wasn't gonna put his hands on it until he put his hands on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pushing people means you want to fight.
That punch looks like you. Because
what is Draymond supposed to do after you push him?
But
it's already too late after that.
But hold on. Imagine this though. Imagine a sport to where pushing is normal. Mm-hmm. Like pushing in the NBA is normal. Like there's like fighting in the NBA is as much as people try to normalize fighting in the NBA. People don't be fighting in like the NBA. That's why it's a big story whenever there is a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So pushing, jousting is normal. Man, get out my face, get out my face, get out my face. No one's expecting to get punched. You know what I'm saying? So when you throw that haymaker to a teammate, I think that's the part that we missing out. This is a teammate. He's the enforcer, meaning he's supposed to defend his team and basically fight the opponent, not hit me.
Somebody push you. Are you swinging?
If you push me, I'm not swinging.
I'm not a teammate.
That's my point.
I'm your friend. This is different. I can see if Steph Curry, okay, y'all friends. I'm saying if somebody at your job, if somebody at your job push you,
I'm not swinging on you.
I'm swinging.
Okay, I don't think
I'm swinging.
Okay.
I'm swinging. I'm a violent person, I guess. I don't know.
Now,
I haven't been in that many fights.
Imagine you are a leader at the job, and this is basically this is your youngin. Do you get what I'm saying? Like these are not strangers. Is what I'm saying. Like Jordan Poole been on the team for.
Oh, you saying he my employee?
I'm saying like Draymond Green's the leader of the team. He's
my employee, and he pushed me
because you got in his face. That's why I didn't want to talk sports with you. This 17 minutes of just talking sports about you. But
I mean, I'm the bad guy because everybody agrees with you. I don't get it. I saw the video. I was like, why are you pushing him?
It never got
like if it was me, if I'm pushing you, oh, we're fighting. Like that's my logic. If you get in my face, we're not fighting yet. You in my face. If I push you, that means I'm ready to fight. And as soon as I push, tackle, throw, kick, oh, we're fighting. People get in people's face like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nothing. You're not about to do anything.
But for one, it was an autoless video, and based on the reports, they say Draymond Green was the aggressor and the one who punched. So imagine you being in the wrong, and then you get in my face. You're already in the wrong, and then you get in my face. Now, me not hitting you is respect. I push you away because you're my teammate. But I'm not gonna waylay on my teammate. That's wild. Like that's not normal, bro. That's not normal behavior.
Pushing somebody's not normal. Oh, okay. No, well, we're not gonna agree. We might as well disagree to disagree.
But one thing we can agree on is that Brett Favre is a thief.
Oh yeah. He's more than a thief though.
Oh.
So, one thing I wanted to talk about, right? And actually, can you actually explain the situation about Brett Favre for people that don't know?
Okay, so I'm going to give you the spark notes,
yeah,
right?
Appreciate it.
Brett Favre got children, right? I don't know if y'all know, but he's from Mississippi. Mississippi is one of the poorest, if not the poorest state in the country, right? Apparently, he got some connection with the governor or like some state official. And he managed to, quote unquote, get some welfare money that was supposed to belong to welfare, people on welfare, to build his daughter a volleyball camp or volleyball center and things like that. Basically, he took government funds that is supposed to be for the state of Mississippi, the people of Mississippi, the poorest state, I must remind you, and used it for his benefit. Brett Favre's a millionaire, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Multi-millionaire.
Played in the NFL.
Probably one of the top.
Hall of Famer?
He's already in the Hall of Fame. Top 10 quarterback of all time.
Ooh.
Like, he's Brett Favre. That's a name that you can't associate football and not think of Brett Favre when it comes to quarterbacks. So that's the spark notes, is that he basically stole welfare money from the state of Mississippi.
And when I heard this story, I started thinking about it. I'm like, oh, they always talking about poor people or people who are, disenfranchised, always taking money from the government. And I was like, is that true?
Is it true?
I'm like, people like, oh, I don't want my taxes to go to people that, don't want to work, don't. And I'm like, but I feel like this is not the first time I heard this story. Prime example, COVID. COVID happened. A lot of people took advantage of the PPP loans. It's actually a joke now. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, they're coming for you." Those who got rich off the PPP loans or took money from PPP loans, yeah, granted, a lot of those people should be locked up. But who took the most money from the PPP loans?
Who took the most money from the PPP?
A lot of these corporations. A lot of these corporations. I think
you ain't talking about like. So you telling me Ronald down the street who wanted the LLC, he wasn't the main ones taking?
Nah.
It wasn't like the other like Dominic, like these black people or poor people taking it. They didn't make PPP loan look bad or anything like that.
No.
Majority.
And even the people that got the most money, who didn't need the money, they didn't make PPP loans look bad. It was the people that got like 100,000, 200,000, and then they done for a little bit. Now the people that got 10 million, now the people that got 20 million, now the people that got 30 million. A lot of these corporations, you look it up. I don't know. You're gonna put a list up of all the companies that took, or the highest paid people that got the most money off of the PPP
I
loans.
definitely put it up.
Those people never got reprimanded, nor did we ever ask, what y'all do with that money? Cause y'all was doing pretty well. At least y'all was doing okay.
Yeah.
Y'all had enough money to manage the pandemic. Why y'all need all that money for? I think a lot of times when we think about government programs or government benefits, we always think that people who actually need them are actually taking advantage of it. And really, it'd be the Brett Favres. It'd be these people that got a government connection. It'd be these people who are in high, who got a lot of wealth, or in high government position, high influence, or got a lot of influence. Those are the people that usually are stealing or taking advantage of these government programs, and for things that they don't actually need. People always talk about, people are selling SNAP or used to be food stamps. But maybe they need something for those snaps, or even, and if they are, how much are they really stealing?
Exactly.
$100, $200, versus Brett Favre that built a whole volleyball program for his daughter that he could have easily done himself.
He could have financed himself.
And I don't know if people gonna have this argument like, maybe he wasn't gonna find out. He asked the governor. It's the media gonna find out about it.
So, like, he knew he was doing something that wasn't, quote unquote, ethical. You know what I'm saying?
So, my thing, and I think this is just something that I kind of want to put out there and start a conversation, is like, for people that always talking about people that like we're going to a welfare state. First of all, I looked up welfare state. It doesn't sound that bad. I can even read the definition out for y'all. It says a welfare state is a form of government in which the state and or a well-established network of social institutions protects and promotes the economic and social well-being of its citizens based upon the principles of equal opportunity, equitable distribution of wealth, and public responsibility of citizens unable to avail themselves of the minimal provisions of a good life. So I don't know why people are scared of that. People use welfare state, and it goes back to what you said in a couple of podcast episodes, that people use these terms to make you feel, oh no, it wasn't you. It was Jay-Z.
I thought it was me, but okay.
Yeah, Jay-Z said, people make up these terms to make you feel bad about themselves, even though his was a little different because he actually is a capitalist. But people use welfare state, which is, clearly a good thing, to make you feel bad about, Joe Biden trying to make us into a welfare state. What's wrong about what I just listed? And I think the last thing I'm going to say is that, you have people like Ben Shapiro, who's like, welfare benefits people more than people that work these jobs. And then he goes out the list like, well, people that work, only make $12,000 a year, or sometimes even less, or get $12,000 worth of benefits. People who work versus people who don't work, who are unemployed, they get $30,000 worth of benefits. And what you realize is that the people that work make less than the people that don't work. Well, we talking about $12,000 to $30,000 a year. Is that really going to do something in the major cities that they live in?
That's an $18,000 difference.
That's an $18,000 difference. But we got Brett Favre who's making millions of dollars. And we're talking about $18,000?
Millions of dollars.
Difference? Like, this is what you worry about? Like, that $30,000? And I get it. So, for somebody like that, it might be like, hey, why should I work? I might as well. But in reality, if they not even making ends meet, why should they work that job? Like, that's a job that doesn't really do anything for anybody. And so if that's the case, yeah, why should you work?
You might as well get fired.
You might as well fired. Wait till you get a better job and then move on. And so this is just things that I was thinking about when I heard that story.
That story is so interesting because many people do think that it's not what people think, but it's been proven a fact. Is that the middle class, if you take care of the middle class, that's going to be the functionality of your country.
Yeah.
You can know how good your country is doing if the middle class is doing well. We don't talk about if the high class, because Brett Favre is in the 1%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
He may not be 0.1111, but he's in the 1%.
Yeah.
I even give him a little grace. He's in the 2%. Nobody says nothing about when they steal from the lower class. Like, we're not even talking about stealing from the middle class. The whole function of your country. At least there's some type of, you shouldn't steal from anybody if you're high class, but I'm just like, you're really stealing from people who don't have anything. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, if that's the case, if the 1 or 2%, using Brett Favre specifically, can steal from the low class and still get the benefits of being high class, tax breaks, you get what I'm saying? I don't see how a country stand. I don't see how that state stands, number one. You get what I'm saying? Like,
it doesn't. It's not doing so well.
No, it's not doing well at all.
I think it got the poorest people.
No, it is. because it's Mississippi. You get what I'm saying? So you got Brett Favre, who is in collegiate with the governor, someone who's supposed to be looking out for the people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? High class, who got all these benefits already, that is not enough. That goes back to a couple episodes, not even a couple, probably episodes back. I don't know which one. When do you become content with what you have to where you don't have to feel like you have to nickel and dime your way and to get what you want? Like you said, he could have financed that volleyball, whatever the thing he was doing with his daughter. But then it makes things look even worse because now we're like, was that even for volleyball? Was that a cover up? You asking the governor, will these ever get leaked to the press? And the thing about it is, yes, they always get leaked to the press. Like for you to even ask that, you knew, like, if this come out, I look terrible. So I'm like, yo.
And this is not something that governor did once. He
no,
probably did it multiple times.
Is that with multiple people? Maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to just steal from poor people, and it's so crazy because I grew up in a poor community. I was born in Jersey City, and I was raised in Baltimore. And it's so funny how, like, the crime rates in the poor communities is high. Stealing, you get what I mean? You live here, and you're stealing from me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know your living conditions can't be any more better than mine, but it's just this mindset of, oh, there's some vulnerability, so I'm going to steal from the vulnerable. If you have it, if you don't have it, I'm going to take even the little that you have. So that's why I'm like, it's just a weird story. And people are more outraged, at least black people, are like, yo, how come this not a bigger story? Like, this should be like the biggest story, like,
Yeah, but we got people who talking about cheating allegations.
Yeah, but people like this should be the biggest story, and I'm just like, yo, when you got friends in high places.
We're firing a coach for a year.
Like,
all right, Brett Favre.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm joking.
You're free. Go ahead.
I'm not. That's a conspiracy.
But my whole thing is, I would say relax on getting Brett Favre, because even though Brett Favre will get got,
yeah,
we talk about the governor. Like, the governor is getting subpoenaed. You get what I'm saying? Like, even though Brett Favre is the known name and he's the most famous name,
yeah,
there's a bigger fish, and that's the governor. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're give an oath to serve these people, and you making behind the door deals to get welfare money, and then go blame the people for abusing welfare, it's not a good system, and I don't even know if it can be changed.
But I think this is something that been going on for, like, I can't even blame the U.S. I think this is just a global problem. Like, if you look at a lot of the countries, quote unquote third world countries, a lot of the money that comes in for these countries for like assistance go to the rich.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Like, because if you think about it, a lot of the people that are doing very well in a lot of these government, a lot of these third world countries, is the government. And where are they getting that money from? Taxes?
Nah.
They're not getting from taxes. They're getting from outside contributions from other people, other countries that are giving money to them. And who knows? Maybe they're giving money to them for their people, or maybe they're giving the money to them, and they're saying it's for the people, but they know who's really getting the money.
That's what I'm saying. That there's always some type of skepticism. I can't even say that word. Skepticism. I think I said it. When it comes to even giving to some of these charitable organizations. Many people talk bad about Red Cross and stuff like that.
Hillary Foundation.
Hell, listen,
The Clinton Foundation.
we ain't biased. Many people talk about BLM, Black Lives Matter. You get what I'm saying? Even though I wish they would have hired us to be their PR, could they solve that like just one day, like, you know what I mean, like. But many people don't trust the organizations because it's whenever you say something, and this is my skepticism. Whenever you say something like I'm trying to give to the poor and things like that, poor is just like a hot word. You know what I'm saying? It's like you really can't. One person and even one organization, in my opinion, can't help the poor. What you realize is that Brett Favre didn't rob from the poor, even though like that's what the headlines say and things like that. Mississippi robbed from the poor. The governor robbed from the poor.
Well, you don't think both?
No, it is both, but one can't happen without the other.
Okay.
So that's why I said, like, if Brett Favre would have came to a governor and that governor said no, it wouldn't have happened.
I see what you're saying.
So that's why I'm like, these establishments and things like that. Even like when they was talking about Katrina with Wyclef and things like that, people didn't trust him because they was like, hey, what happened to the funds? Haiti is still Haiti. Haiti is still one of those countries to where it's not really what it's supposed to be. It's an island, but it's like it's not what you think what an island should be. You know what I mean?
And it's weird because Haiti is one of the few places where they earned their independence
by themselves.
They fought for their independence. So why is that the only island not doing
black
too
people?
well?
Yeah. So
Dominican Republic, who don't claim to be black,
exactly,
they right on the same island. They doing very well.
Darker than me, and you don't claim to be black. It's kind of crazy.
I'm just saying. Shout out to the DR though.
Yeah,
I'll be. Oh, maybe I shouldn't tell you. I'll probably be back by the time y'all see this.
Okay,
I'm gonna say hi to y'all. Shout out to the DR though.
But my thing is, these establishments, these governors, these laws, be robbing from the people first, or they allow people to get robbed. Like I said, Brett Favre, yes, he stole from those people, but the state of Mississippi, the reason why Mississippi is the way Mississippi is today is because of Mississippi. and they will quickly put it on the people. They will quickly put it on like, oh, this here, the school system here, or like black people here, or this
people
is
just
here.
don't want to do well.
Exactly, and it's like you're not even giving us a fair shot. You know what I'm saying?
The thing too, like I remember when I was unemployed, man, even signing up for some of these programs was hard, man. I tried to go on the website. I tried to sign up for Obamacare.
Couldn't get it.
I didn't know how to do it. I went on the website. This is somebody who's in tech. I went on the website. I didn't know what website I was supposed to be on. I'll click on one link, take me to a completely different website, and I click on a link there that says, oh, you got to do this. It take me into a completely different website. And then you get to a point when you filling out the form, it said, oh, you got to visit this place. It's like, why am I even on the website?
And now I'm thinking these are freaking fake websites.
Not even that. It's just like, if I'm somebody who has to work 2 jobs, or if I'm like starving, or if I'm like, why would I? So for people who actually are in these programs, it's not like they just jump. It's not like the government say, hey, you don't got a job. Here's $30K. No. These people who actually are in this program, a lot of them actually have people who work with them, people who service them, people who are helping them out to get these benefits.
Yeah.
Or they taking the time and energy to understand how to even apply for these benefits. It's not an easy thing to just opt in. It's not like as soon as you lose your job, you have to sign up for these things, and you need to know what to sign up for. So when people say, oh, you can make $30K, most people are not making $30K off of employment. Maybe during the pandemic, but that was different times. But most people, some people know how to game the system, but most people don't. They don't got the time. Are they going to sit down and try to really understand how to make 30? If you're going to do all that just to make $30K a year, you're just going to get a regular job that makes $30K a year. Like, why do all that? So I don't know. I think a lot of times a lot of these people think or say certain things, but when you start talking to people or really try to understand the situation, it's not as wild, or it's not as, I won't say it's not as bad, but the reality is not the horror story that they're telling people. But then when you flip it, what we don't talk about a lot, or we don't talk about enough, is a lot of these rich people who are stealing from the government, who are taking tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, sometimes billions of dollars to do whatever program. I was reading it up before we did this podcast, and someone was like, how do rich people steal from the government? A lot of these people, some of these people would set shell companies and become contractors, and then they will overprice a lot of the war, whether it's guns, military tanks, weaponry, bullets, whatever. I don't know if you've ever seen War Dogs.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
They would overprice these things, and they would give them cheap stuff. And because it's the government and we have quote unquote unlimited money, we're just gonna pay for it. But that unlimited money is tax people's money, and so it's like, and they say this in under the veil of, we're fighting for your freedom. We're doing this for our military.
Support our military. Colin Kaepernick.
But a lot of these people are not our military. A lot of the money that was going to a lot of the money that our money that is going to is contractors. Contractors that probably are from people who are already rich, who are already doing well.
And they have no allegiance to us.
So I think, this narrative that the people that are bringing our country down are the poor, I don't know how true it is. Or the people that are wasting our tax money are the poor, I don't know how true that is. And if you look at the budget, most of the money is going to wars. So that's my take.
And that's what they said. They said that's the cost of not having war on like our homeland and stuff like that. Because we have.
I don't want that though.
I don't either. Thank you. Thank you, military.
Keep doing a good job.
Yeah,
I pay my taxes.
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing about it. When people already don't believe in the system, it's easy to do these little under the table deals because people already do. And that's, it's funny because I straight remember when my father wanted a EBT card or something like that. I think it was something. He wanted food stamps or something.
Yeah.
He was nowhere high middle class thing. He wasn't poor enough. He wasn't poor enough because things that he owned, once it reached a certain limit, you can't apply for food stamps. So, like, for example, my laptop is $3,500. I wouldn't be able to get food stamps unless I sell my laptop.
Really?
I'm not poor enough. So
it's assets, it's not income.
Exactly. So that too. So it's a certain cap that it can't go by. I mean, it can't surpass. I don't know if it's different now than it was over 10 years ago, but it's tricky because the poor. It seems like the poor is never poor enough to get help. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, there's a lower level than hell. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then they expect, and I like I said, I'm all for accountability, but we also got to acknowledge the optics and the reality of the situation. That if welfare is supposed to work the way that you said welfare is supposed to work, it's supposed to be like how you love to get that example of Fortnite. You may not have the best gun, you may not have the best weapon, but you gonna have something. Mm-hmm. To where you won't be at a disadvantage. That's the whole point of welfare. If we live in America and there are disadvantaged states in America, I understand there's some states that prosperous more than others. I get that. But we have a state that's like, oh, you're the poorest. And we're not even seeing like you're the poorest among the rich. Like you're like the poverty line type of poor. That's an issue. Mm. And then to make it an issue that it's the rich that's making it this way, it's like, how can people even have trust in the system? People don't even believe the system is for them. Mm. So it's like, people just go do whatever they want to do. And guess what? If you have people that don't believe in the system can always say, you know what? They can always make a boogeyman, a straw man, and say, you know what? It's not us, it's them that's doing this, or like it's this person or it's that person. It's that, like, you know, black. It's black on black crime. You know, y'all kill each other the most. Y'all put us, y'all redlined us. You get what I'm saying? But it's so funny because I'm like, what if this wasn't Brett Favre? What if this was a black famous guy? He'd probably be in jail.
Oh, yeah.
He'd probably be in jail. But I think what made it... Do you think so? Maybe not?
No. I was just thinking. I don't know that many white people that went to jail for tax evasion. But, like, our big actors...
Wesley Snipes.
Chris...
You forgot his name.
I want to say Chris Pratt.
I don't think Chris Tucker went to jail.
It's Chris Tucker. Yeah, he went to jail.
Chris Tucker went to jail?
He went to prison. Bro, he was gone for a minute.
I don't think he went to prison.
He went to prison, bro.
I know Wesley said. I think you thinking about Isley, brother.
No, I'm thinking about Chris Tucker.
Wow.
Friday, he went to prison
for
tax evasion. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we have black people who do very well for themselves go to prison. You think he's don't? Yo, Donald Trump ain't paid taxes for how long? This man stole FBI records. He went to prison?
No, he didn't. But I'll go correct you after.
I'm sorry.
But the Ozzy brother, he went to prison.
He did.
Yes, that's for sure.
I guess what Chris? You sure
Chris Tucker? He owed $9 million in taxes, but he did a payment plan. He didn't go to prison.
Oh, damn.
I know Wesley Snipes went to prison.
Wesley Snipes never went to prison.
Ronald Isley went to prison, but not Chris Tucker. That I actually would have known about that.
I could have sworn. Anyways, but that's not the point. The point is that a lot of these people, they go... Oh, he was arrested. No.
All black people don't look alike, guys.
He was arrested. He was in jail briefly. Anyways,
sorry, Chris Tucker.
Sorry, Chris Tucker. But yeah, so, but the thing is, like, it becomes to a point where you start to wonder, like, okay, well, yeah, race does play a part, but you start to wonder, like, are they actually, like, even with the 2008, the only person that actually went to prison was a black male. And cops are now going to jail, but for the longest, there was only one cop that went to jail, and it was a woman. And so I'm not saying I understand. Shout out to the incels. I'm not saying shout out to white men, but it seems like if you're a white male, and you rich, or you got some type of rich establishment behind you, you're gonna do you're good. And I think I think the narrative for a lot of people, I'm not trying to make this a race thing. I understand. Shout out to my racists. All my racists gonna be in the comments like, if you guys just work hard, blah blah. Shout out to y'all, man. I love y'all. But I think there's a narrative where people say that it's not those people, especially when those people do it, get slap on the wrist or a fine, pay the fine, and then do it again. Whereas I haven't heard too much about Brett Favre going to jail or getting arrested. This man's still walking around. You have people, but you have Wesley Snipes, who didn't know anything about that. He went to jail for a while.
Ronald Isley too. Usually these people who they trust their financial advisor, they be paying their taxes, and the financial route be stealing from them. So it's one thing if you're Robin Hood. The whole fiction story about
stealing from the rich.
Stealing from the rich. There's a different type of Robin Hood to where you robbing the hood to where you're like, I'm gonna steal from poor people.
I like that.
Did you see what I did there?
That was a Rick Ross line.
God did. You know what I'm saying?
God did.
So it's like that's how, and then they get mad when these people when I say these people, I'm not only talking about black people, but mainly it's black people. When these people, they say, why are they tearing up their stuff? Why are they riding and messing up their stuff? I'll be like, bruh, that's the only way you hear people is when they get violent, they start throwing stuff at you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So hopefully some justice is served with Brett Favre, man, because boy, you are one slow guy to even text that and to think that you wasn't gonna get exposed.
I don't need that. They gotta be an example. People gotta start making an example of some of these people.
How many years do you think he gotta go for?
At least 10.
10 years for real?
Yeah, at least 10. Like, man died from $20.
That's true. From $20 that he didn't even steal.
Man guy died from $20 for a counterfeit $20. The nigga, excuse my language. The person went to the store, paid for a pack of cigarettes, came out, cop followed the guy, pulled him over, and then proceeded to have his knee on his neck for 8 minutes. And you got Brett Favre stealing millions. This is the overall point. Like, the kid, what's his name?
Trayvon?
Not Trayvon. The kid that got accused for stealing money or stealing from the store got shot in the middle of the street. What's his name?
Mike Brown?
Mike Brown.
Okay.
He got accused for stealing from a store, shoplifting. A couple minutes later, shot. Brett Favre stole millions. Not this, but this is what I'm saying. Like, this doesn't make sense. So when you start asking yourself, okay, there's this argument this debate that I recently heard that, people should have the right to protect their property. Mm-hmm. Cool. And sometimes that means death, regardless of what the price of the property is. Cool. But then what does that mean? Like if it's more money and if it's for people that actually need the money. If you have the right to protect your property to the point where you could kill somebody for over like $100, $200, maybe $1,000 worth of things, why you don't got the same type of energy for somebody who's stealing from people that actually need the money? I don't know. So I think that's not my plight, but it's just, I don't know. It kind of irks me a little bit because, like, and even me, like, I'm not gonna lie at like, oh yeah, I was like angry and I was like, yo, how can you steal from? I wasn't like that, but it's kind of like a white collar crime. It's like, yeah, people do it. it's on here.
It's kind of like accepted. Yeah,
it's like normalized. Like this is what rich people do. Yeah, they got money. They live a great life,
and they never use their money. Exactly, and they still.
I don't know.
The real Robin Hoods, man. Is there anything else you want to share on this topic, Moses?
Nah, man.
Make sure
arrest Brett Favre and arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor's. Oh Lord, I'm gonna get roasted for this.
Do you want to try it again? Okay, go ahead. Is there anything else you want to say, Moses?
Arrest Brett Favre and arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor.
Okay, that was a good. That was a good.
Sorry to the family of Mike Brown. Sorry to the family of Breonna Taylor.
Man, make sure y'all try to have a good week this week, man. Blessings.